Hello everyone, my name is Benher Abraham and today is going to be all about AP Link. In this video, I'm going to go over about the important details on how to survive this AP course. When I first heard about this class, I was a bit anxious, but my counselors and teachers advised me and I realized that it's actually beneficial because if I take it and get a 3 or above on the exam, I'll get college credit, and on top of that, it's a high GPA. So yeah, if any of you are thinking about taking this class, I would totally recommend it. Even if you think you're not good in English, or maybe somebody told you this class is hard, I'm telling you, this class is only hard if you make it hard. However, I'm not saying the class is very easy or like a regular class, because it takes a lot of hard work and dedication. And if your teacher recommended you to take this class, I would say they know what they're doing, so trust in them too. So now, let's go over the details of this course. As I mentioned before, if you score a 3 or above on the AP exam, you will get college credit for it. This means you don't have to take the class in college, saving you time and money. But even if you fail the exam, you won't automatically fail the class, and you can still keep your high school credit. But don't worry, because I'll go over what you need to know about this exam. So don't go anywhere, because I'll be back just after this quick commercial break. Hello, have you been looking for a book to practice for the AP Lang exam? Then this is the plan. Now, what does this book guarantee you? You're passed to the AP Lang exam. All you have to do is practice, practice, and practice with this book. And you're guaranteed you'll pass the exam. Well, if you still fail, we won't be held accountable for it. Buy this book right now by calling 704-567-AP-LANG. And we're back. So, the exam consists of 2 sections. The multiple choice section, made up of 52 to 55 questions for 60 minutes long. And the free response section, which has 3 essays, the synthesis, rhetorical analysis, and argument. And you have 2 hours and 50 minutes for that. The synthesis essay is like a document-based question, if you know what that is, where you're given many documents or texts about a specific topic, where you have to create an argument but back it up with at least 3 of the documents that you're given. Now, I want to stress one more thing: time management. Because during the test, it's easy to lose track of time, and we all know how time flies already. I can tell you from my experience of writing so many essays in this class, where I was not able to finish the essay, or, as you know, write the conclusion, or I didn't get to explain further. Oh, and before I forget, I want to let you know how important it is to explain, because you want to avoid restating the text or documents. And in the course, if you're not paying attention in class and doing your homework, then you'll fail your family and your life. As how important rhetorical strategies may be, I cannot go on without mentioning the importance of rhetorical appeal and logical fallacies. Now, rhetorical appeals are really important because it's a way of persuading others to believe a particular point of view. They are often used in speech, writings, and advertisements to sway the audience. Pretty much, they're modes of persuasion. It's just that they're called logical appeals and sometimes ethical strategies. So, and these 3 are ethos, pathos, and logos. And they're very important to remember, but most of the time they're gonna flow with your writing. Logical fallacies are pretty much the use of invalid or otherwise faulty reasoning statements that may sound logical but actually contain false information, like the straw man, the appeal to authority, post hoc. One example is hasty generalization, where the arguer draws conclusion based on insufficient evidence. I'm mentioning logical fallacies because they are really important during the exam, where you would have to watch out for them when you're reading and writing. So you won't really have to stress about them. And we're done! No, I'm joking. But don't worry, we're almost there. Hold on. Now, let's go into the day before the exam. Please, I cannot stress this enough. Do not cram everything that you've learned in the past in one day. I know so many people who do that, and I have done that once too, and it did not go. The exam, you gotta eat a healthy breakfast. I would recommend something like eggs and milk or juice, but you gotta get some kind of breakfast because that's a way to also keep you energized during the test. Finally, I want to recommend you to be as confident as you could. You gotta trust in yourself. You gotta say, I can do this. You gotta take a deep breath and believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, somebody else believing in you is really not gonna affect you in the exam. I mean, they might tell you, oh, you can do this. I know you, I believe in you. You got the power. Of course you do. I know you got it. But you gotta be as confident as possible and execute that plan. You gotta finish that exam and get a 4, a 5, anything to get you to pass. So make sure you're confident and repeat this to yourself. I will try as hard as I can. I'll beat the clock. I'll destroy the heck out of this exam. And pray to your God, or just wish yourself a luck and take a deep breath and begin. If you have realized, I have used some rhetorical strategies and logical fallacies, and some of them are cliche when I said time flies because that's an overused term, and epizeuxis when I said practice, practice, and practice because that's a repetition of one word for emphasis. I also used epiphany when I said, oh! And before I forget, because I was stricken by a sudden realization of thought. And I used anaphora when I said, I'll try as hard as I can, I'll beat that clock, I'll destroy the heck out of this exam. Because it's a repetition of a word or phrase at the beginning of a successive clauses, which the I in the beginning of every sentence would be the repetition. And I've used some logical fallacies like slippery slope, which is if you aren't paying attention and doing your work in class, then you will fail your family and fail life. Which is because a slippery slope is when the arguer claims that a sort of a chain reaction happened, usually ending in some dire consequence, and that would be the dire consequence would be you failing your family and failing life because. But don't worry, because I'll go about. Hold on a bit. We'll be back after this commercial. All you have to do is practice. Practice, practice, practice. You don't have to be a genius to pass the APA exam. Don't record right now at 704-666 and in the course if you're not paying attention in class and doing your homework,